Welcome to Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
Rex.
This is a gift from Robert and Kim Gremillion, Magnificent Bastards.
Robert and Kim Gremillion, you magnificent bastards.
This is Louisiana distillery,
Okay.
but they have mostly focused all of their energy on every other kind of new make flavored spirit you could possibly imagine.
So doing new make, almost kind of like a moonshine type of deal?
Yeah, and flavored and vodkas
Sure.
and gins and things like that, right?
Yeah. So they're not specializing in whiskey.
No.
This is something
And
they also did.
they're not making it.
Oh, okay.
They're sourcing it.
Yeah.
So depending on which one.
Well, I mean, if you don't have room for the barrels,
Right.
like that is, it's a lot of space and it's a lot of time.
Now, the back just says blended and bottled, but it doesn't tell you anything else about where it came from.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Right.
Yeah, it's annoying.
So what I looked up, and I don't know if it's true, but there were 3 or 4 people who had gotten their hands on this and said it was from Virginia. And that's batch 3. These are both bourbon, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna A/B compare. I was like, oh, batch 3 and batch 6. But batch 3, in theory,
Yeah.
is 64 corn, 14 rye, and 20 barley from Virginia.
Right.
Batch 6 is 10 barrels of MGP.
Okay.
So they are releasing...
Like same branding and all
Yeah,
that?
they are releasing
Wow.
what in every way looks like
The same thing.
the same thing,
But if you fell in love with that,
just giving it batch numbers.
Right.
And now I'm just curious,
Right.
how different are you leading your customers along on
sure.
for the storyline of what they thought they were getting versus what they picked up?
So right out of the gate, there's a slight color difference. The MGP is going to be a different. It's a little bit darker in the bottle. You can tell. More
yeah,
readily.
it's redder.
Yeah.
It's the same darkness, because I'm having a hard time finding the dark difference on the paper.
Right. So
But it does feel a redder hue.
Right.
Oh, you covered the light up. Do it from the other side. Yeah, it's not as different as you would think, but it's a slight red tint.
Right. Now on the nose, I'm gonna try Virginia first.
Yeah, me too. Oh, there's
yeah.
that green note.
Well, it's getting there, but I wouldn't go so far as to call it green or sappy yet.
Well, no, okay, I think what's happening is it's aging out.
Okay.
We're getting it from the other side.
Yeah.
Because I'm discovering in our barrels from a cooperage that I probably shouldn't name, that I'm getting really annoyed with these days.
Spread too.
Is that they tell us that it's
Yard
2
age,
years yard age,
but-
but then a year in, our whiskey has that vegetal green tint to it.
Which whiskey?
The bourbon.
How many barrels?
Right now, I think it's like 4.
What size barrels?
15s. They're all the 15s.
So
what we're about to do
At
is
least it's not 5, because it
No.
needs to get aged out. If it was 5, it's like crap. You can't keep it in the barrel.
we're dumping it right now,
Yeah.
and we're going to put it into used cooperage and
Okay.
see if we can bleed it back out again.
And then there's like the Odie granola.
So it's very grain forward. It's supposedly 4 years old,
Wow. Okay.
but it smells grain forward and slightly
I would have
cut
guessed
grass green.
I would have guessed like a year and a half.
Me too. Now on the nose, I'm gonna switch to batch 6, which is also supposed to be 4 years old.
Totally
but
different. Totally different.
Smells exactly like MGP. This is Eleanor, right? But a lower proof.
Yeah, lower proof, definitely.
100.
Yeah.
It's not that much lower. This is not even close to the same bourbon.
Well, but here's the thing. Like, if you're coming at it from a whiskey drinker's perspective and you're excited to see what my local distillery is doing, that would be annoying.
Yeah.
But this sounds like, from what I hear you saying, this is whiskey as an afterthought. We need to flesh out the offerings. We need a whiskey. What can we do?
That's just a guess.
Okay.
But what I don't know is, locally at their distillery, are they telling people that every batch is a whole different whiskey?
Yeah.
Because if they are, then their people know, and who cares?
Yeah.
Right?
What do you want to try first?
Well, I kind of know what MGP tastes like, so I'm going to try the Virginia. It's a little bit better on the palate for the greenness than it is on the nose. The green,
Very young green.
honey
cinnamon,
green tea.
Cinnamon, yeah. Yeah,
A little bit of, I was going to say a spice. I could land on cinnamon and be okay with that.
It feels a little tiny bit watery. The proof is 92 proof. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for the sloppy.
Are you doing the MGP?
Yeah. I mean, MGP takes the cake on that one. Batch 6 is far superior, but that's because I like MGP's whiskey.
Yeah, well, it is.
But it's classic.
More full-bodied.
Yeah.
More rich. The flavors.
There's that orange zest, and
to be
that
fair,
slight chocolate granola. No, graham cracker.
To be fair, it is a higher proof.
Yeah.
So a lot of the extra flavor and intensity that we're getting comes from the higher proof. But the flavors that are there, even if they were toned down a bit, I like that flavor set better.
Oh yeah. Me too.
Even though it's more classic, this is getting a little bit more crafty. And sometimes crafty is really interesting and different. This, though, it comes across as a little bit younger than what the age statement would lead you to believe.
Yep.
And it's not quite as thick and vibrant as the MGP there. I wonder what they're going to do
next.
Yeah, because MGP is like, well, once you sell out of that, good luck.
Maybe their friends in Virginia will hook them up again.
Maybe.
And I'm assuming that it is. I mean, there were a handful of people that I read who talked about it. I should tell you the first one who it was, but I forgot to write the name down. Yeah. Let me look it up real quick.
There's like more of a baking spice element in here with that oatiness in the honey, kind of like a granola type of vibe. Oh, what happened here?
It was
all over.
This isn't the only person that I saw, but it was one person I saw, Brad Drell.
Okay.
From the Whiskey Jar.
Yeah.
He was the one who talked about Sugarfield spirits.
I don't really hear of a lot of whiskeys coming out of Louisiana, you said?
Yeah, no, we tried the L1 and they went out of business, and then they were bought by another company who released the final batches of it, whose name I can't recall right now.
I wonder what it is about some states and regions of the country, like a whiskey scene really takes hold, and in other places it doesn't.
It's not a thing.
It doesn't really happen.
Yeah, I don't know either. It was bought by, here it is, last batch. The other distillery that we had recently was Terrebonne.
Okay. Columbus 1152. I'm kind of in the early stages of appreciating liquors for the subtleties and enjoy them for the craft of what each distiller brings. At this early stage, I use a reference spirit, usually a Jack Daniels or a Jim Beam. Oh, that's good. They always seem consistent, so you'll know your starting point. A cheap experiment is to try a Jim Beam, then follow it with a Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Very, very contrasting.
Right?
You know, that's a good move. Start with something you're very familiar with.
And budget. I love his idea of like having his reference always be entry level.
Well, and also it's comparative tasting,
which
is a very smart thing to do. But it's comparative tasting where you just have, here's the bar, the default.
The baseline.
Yeah, this is the same whiskey every single time. How does it compare to my baseline
I
thing
love that idea.
that I already know inside and out?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Phil H, instead of sitting or standing, squat like you're giving life advice to your son on a baseball field at a little league game.
All right, bud, come over here. Here's what we're gonna do. Bend down a little bit. Cover your face with your glove so no one can see what we're saying.
Here, you see that ref?
Yeah.
He's not wearing a cup.
Should
have worn a cup. You're gonna run over there.
Yeah.
You're gonna do a giant leaping falcon punch.
Yeah.
Right in that beanbag. You got me? He's not playing. He called you out at first. He's a son of a bitch. Repeat after me, son. Son of a bitch. This is what he is. We're gonna punish him in front of all these people.
Your pep talk for your sports is very, very different than mine.
If I don't see blood, you're grounded.
I think it's probably a good thing your boys don't really sports.
I do sports.
Yeah.
Slav-squat. This is a thing. Like Dan can do it really well.
I can't do it flat-footed.
I need a tracksuit because I can't. Yeah, I always fall backwards.
You can do it shorts.
If I try to go flat-footed.
Oh yeah. No, like this is that's as low as I can go flat-footed.
Yeah. So I'll throw it on.
That's uncomfortable though.
See,
you got to go into the balls. No. No.
I can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
I just go straight back. I need a tracksuit. Adidas tracksuit.
You think a tracksuit's gonna make the difference?
And I need to borrow your gold chain.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Squat. Okay. Whatever. Sure.
Bleh.
Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
May you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us. Did you toast with the MGP?
I did.
Yeah, you did.